Welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. We're fresh. There's nothing fresh about it, but we are back from Las Vegas. Shouts to everybody that was out there. We had a good time. We were out there for Summer League. What were we out there for? 4 nights, I think. And it was a great time. It was good to see everybody again. Our annual trip continues. It was hot. But I tell you what, not as smoky as it is in New York City right now. Not as smoky as it is in New York City. It is garbage. It is garbage outside right now. Just Marlboro red type energy out there. Hate to see it. But love to see you guys. Thanks for being back. We get a fun one today. We got our boy TST. NBA TST is going to be rejoining the show for the first time in a long time. And TST's been deep in the lab for months now, building out some NBA tools for best ball, some ranks. We're going to go over the new contest and do a draft as well. So he'll be joining us in a little bit. And then I figure we just get caught up on some of the NBA happenings until that happens. We also got to talk a little World Cup, World Pup, all right? Because we're all sweaty. We're all sweaty heading into this weekend. The Common Man's in the chat. Just saw him in Vegas. Says happy birthday to the champ, OG Ananobi, and then TST probably off on a paternity leave or something. Shout out Canada. There was paternity leaves. Listen, LeBron James did a podcast in New York City, and it was a nothing burger. We still don't know where LeBron's going. I saw he was named, what was it, like Time Man of the Athlete of the Century or something like that. That was last night. Hold on, we can share a screen for that. I have no idea where he's going now. I do think it is funny that for a couple of months now. Although what was the other? What was the? Yeah, wait. Hold on. Let's do this. Where's the? I forgot about all the assets we created. We get so many assets. We're like Jason Bourne right now. Where's that overlay? Is this good content? Do you guys like this? Here we go. Is it this one? Yeah, and then we gotta fix it. I mean, I deleted too much shit, I think. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I have no idea. It felt like everybody knew where he was going, right? We were like, oh, well, it's Cleveland for sure. It's Golden State for sure. Oh, he's gonna join with Giannis for sure. Denver Nuggets for sure. It seems like we have no clear leader in the clubhouse. I guess Cleveland. Everybody was like, oh, Cleveland's the team to beat at this point. It's got to be the Cavs. And then if that was true, I don't understand why he hasn't why he hasn't said it yet. I know everybody was like, well, he wants to dominate. He wants to dominate the dialogue, dominate the conversation. Let me ask you this. What do you actually benefit by people talking about where you're going to go an extra week? People were saying he's going to wait till the end of the World Cup final. Come on. Maddie said, just hard to believe LeBron is okay with hijacking the narrative all offseason and hold up multiple teams' offseason's plans totally out of character. Do you think maybe after, he's got PTSD from the decision? LeBron James's decision went down so poorly that every time he chooses a new team, he needs just like hours and hours and hours of therapy before agreeing to go somewhere. Because then if he said that, I'd understand. If he was like, man, I did nothing wrong my entire career. all I did was bring some kids together and ruin their dreams by saying I was leaving Cleveland. and then and then all of a sudden I'm a villain. I'm the villain. I don't know. Where do you guys think he's going? Where do you guys think he's going? I see Gabriel in the chat. We got Weisberg in the chat. Snoop Loop telling us it's Happy National Yellow Pig Day. Huge for the pigs. Huge for the pigs. Where do you guys think he's going? It feels like it's Cleveland or Philadelphia at this point. It feels like it's Cleveland or Philadelphia. Also, speaking of the Philadelphia stuff, man, we got to stop. The Jaylen Brown conversations are so crazy now. Did you guys hear? I saw Mark Spears talk to Bobby Manning. He was also on ESPN too the other day, or was it yesterday? And he was like, people in the Celtics organization think, people in Jaylen Brown's camp think the Celtics were favoring Jason Tatum a little bit more than they were favoring Jaylen Brown. That's so funny to me. That's so fun. They were like, he was upset that when Jason Tatum came back from his Achilles exploding like a 4th of July firework, that he was announced last. Like, come on. Come on. We get Stan in the chat says, you're mad he's going to the Heat. Cope. Dude, I hope he goes to Miami, because then your ceiling of a 6 seed goes all the way up to a 5 seed, baby. You'll have Davion Mitchell playing the point. Yeah, congrats, Miami Heat. I will say, Pat Riley, very funny quote the other day. I'm sure everybody saw it when he did not. He forgot to mention Bam Adebayo. What's going on with my hair, by the way? Forgot to mention Bam Adebayo's name, and he said he was nervous. He was gonna knock him out, which is a good nod to Tyler Hero. I thought that was pretty funny. 76ers would be a crazy ass starting 5 with Maxey, VJ Brown, LeBron, and Embiid. I think that's the best one. I think that's the best landing spot. Philadelphia, Denver, and Minnesota, to me, are the 3 best basketball spots. I do think Cleveland would still be pretty good, right? If you are still running out Allen, Mobley, LeBron, Mitchell, and hashtag Hardon, I think that's pretty good. I think the Philly version, though, that Gabriel just pointed out, is fire. It's exactly what Philadelphia needs. I think that would immediately put them into like a top 3 conversation in the Eastern Conference with the Knicks and somebody else. I don't know. I guess I could have said top 2, but I don't know. I think Minnesota would be really, really fun next to LeBron, Ant-Man. I mean, next to Ant-Man, LaMelo Ball. Who else? Who else would be over there? Rudy Gobert. I think that would be a really fun team, but I just don't see it happening. And then I really do like Denver, man. I think putting him next to Jokic and Jamal and Aaron Gordon is really fun. But to me, it makes sense if Golden State really thinks they're going to get Anthony Davis, then sure, Golden State makes sense. But if I'm LeBron and I'm just trying to play competitive, good basketball here, the Eastern Conference makes way more sense. The East is still watered down. I know the Knicks, I mean, they're better. They're definitely better, but not having to go through OKC, not having to go through San Antonio. And sure, the Knicks are champions. I get it. DJ P was asking the question, do you see Peyton Watson signing with the Nuggets or getting traded? So what are the teams that are available to? I mean, you know what's so weird about this stuff, man? The Kawhi Leonard trade, which I don't even know if we've streamed since the trade was rescinded, right? Because that happened or was put on pause or whatever we're calling it. I don't think we talked about that because I think it happened the day I was flying to Viva Las Vegas. The Clippers were a team that was rumored to be after Peyton Watson. But I think they'd have to figure out this Kawhi mess first to see what type of flexibility they have. There's another team I'm blanking on that was showing interest. I forget who it was. I don't think it was the Pacers. I thought it was an Eastern Conference team. My bet is that he stays with Denver. I think Peyton Watson is going to stay with Denver. I think that's the move. We're going to be talking about Peyton Watson, I think, when we start looking at some double dribble rankings. But is it Atlanta? Was it Atlanta? We got Milo in the chat. Was it Atlanta? I think he's going to stay with Denver. I think the biggest free agent stuff we need to figure out right now is obviously LeBron. DeMar DeRozan, I was reading Mark Stein. It was the Bucks. Thank you, Weisberg. It was the Bucks, not Atlanta. It was the Bucks. Mark Stein reported that DeMar DeRozan or the Detroit Pistons have shown a little bit of interest in DDR because the only way to make up for Tobias Harris is to get somebody else who also doesn't shoot threes, but like scores, but kind of defends, in DeMar DeRozan. That would be fine. I think the Toronto fit is a little bit more fun, especially if he's comfortable coming off the bench. I think that would be a little bit more fun for me anyways. Those are the two rumored landing spots. And then, yeah, Kuminga, we still need to figure out too. Kuminga's probably getting signed and traded, right? Another team, I think he was rumored to the Clippers a little bit. But I don't know. It's just so wild. Like, there's not really a ton of interest in JK right now. There's not a ton of interest in Jonathan Kuminga. So that's kind of it. The news has been relatively quiet the last couple of days. I was listening to the Hoop Collective a little bit this morning, and they spent the first 20 minutes talking about the Portland Trailblazers potentially getting relocated, which would just be awful. I mean, has an owner, since the Seattle Supersonics, has an owner ever come in and then immediately just taken a shit like this? Like Matt Ishbia did a little bit, but at least Matt Ishbia was like trying to fight Jokic courtside and stuff, you know? Ishbia was at least spending money. Like he was making dumb moves, but he was spending money. He was treating it like a 2K team or a fantasy team where he's like, let me just go get these guys. The Portland Trailblazers guy is treating this like a Batman villain, where he comes in and he's like, how can we just ruin everybody's day? How can I fire people and lose the fans in one single swoop? And so Windhorst was explaining that a lot of times when owners sell the teams, because of what happened to Howard Schultz and the Seattle Supersonics, they put in these clauses so that they can't get cooked the same way Schultz did. You can't sell it. They put in a clause where you're like, you can't just move this team willy-nilly, right? And the Portland Trailblazers did not do this. They did not do this. And so, I mean, I'm not saying they're going to get moved, but they're definitely in a weird spot right now. I know Adam Silver talked about it a little bit recently. I know there's been some good reporting. Milo's saying Portland can move to Nashville. They could get a lot of Memphis folks to flip for job. No, I mean, like, Nashville can get a team if they want to get a team. Not the Trailblazers, though, man. That's a storied franchise. Billy Walton, come on. Clyde Drexler, you can't move the Trailblazers. If we're moving a team, it has to be the Pelicans. It has to be if a team is getting relocated, it is the New Orleans Pelicans. They can't fill the arena. The team does. I mean, like, the owners don't even want the team. It cannot be the Portland Trailblazers. DJP says, does Golden State move for Anthony Davis regardless of LeBron? I don't know. I don't actually think they're going to be. Anthony Davis wants max money right now. Do you really want to sign up for 4 years of maximum Anthony Davis? Like, that feels like a lot, man. That feels like a lot. Common Man saying A-Rod's going to move the Wolves. He's not. He can't, because of that same clause that I just talked about. They can't. They can't move him. That same clause that I was just talking about. Glenn Taylor, the only good thing he did for the Minnesota Timberwolves outside of actually selling them is including that. So you can't get rid of it. I wonder if they relocate the Pelicans, will the injury curse end? What's the injury curse that the Pelicans have? I don't know if Zion is considered I don't know if that's a Pelicans curse. That's a body curse. Yeah, and you have to trade at least 2 firsts for Anthony Davis. That's what I'm saying. You can't trade Anthony Davis. I think the Anthony Davis situation is going to be a little funky. I saw Sawyer put this into the chat, but that their win total was at like 35.5 or whatever. And I think that has something to do with like the Vegas and the books and the people just not knowing if Anthony Davis is going to play. Like, how much is he going to play? Forget health. How long is he going to be on the Wizards team? And we'll talk more about that with the best ball stuff. I'm having a tough time approaching these Wizards. I don't really know what to do with it. We got a Tershi in the chat, Borland's in the chat. Let's go. Good to see everybody. For just joining us, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, do all the things. While we talk some more off-season stuff, just a reminder, TST is going to be joining us here in a little bit. We're going to take a quick break here just to check in on the World Pup. And if you're following me on Twitter, you've already seen this, but let's zoom in a little bit. We made 6 teams into the World Pup Championship, boys and girls. We got 6 of them in there. You love it. You love to see it. We've got 6 teams in there, and I would say 5 of the 6 are very, very live. Very live. All right, here we go. So this one, 5 Argentines and 3 Spaniards right here, right? Who do we got? We got Julian Alvarez, Mikel Oyarzabal, and Messi. We get some Nico Paz along with Enzo Fernandez. And then we got Cucu, Pedro Porro, and the Argentine keeper. All right, that's one of them. This one here, we've got, again, the same 3 strikers. We've got Enzo. We also have Rodri. I did not know I had this Rodri team. We've got Molina, unfortunately, for our defense, and then Martinez right there. This is a pretty fun one, too. This one, though, the sexiest of them all. The sexiest of them all. And if you're just coming in and we're talking footy, I promise we're going to go back to hoops here in a second. The sexiest of them all is this one right here because these are super low owned. All right. So for our strikers, we got a Torres. All right. We got Nico, 6% Nico. We got Messi and we got Alvarez. So there's 4. Then we've got Enzo for mid. Then we got Pau and Porro and Molina and the Argentine keeper. Woo! That's fire. That is fire. This one here, we got another one, Porro Molina in the backfield in the backs. We got Martinez there, just Fernandez in the mid, and then again forwards the same 3 strikers again. And then we just did that one. 2 more teams. This one is kind of alive, but not really. What's fun about this one? We've got Messi, we got Lamine Yamal, we got Julian Alvarez. Our midfielder Enzo and Dani Olmo. Unfortunately, nobody in the backs, no defenders, and then we've got the Argentine keeper. This one's pretty much dead. This one has Tagliafico, Martinez. We've got Enzo in the mid, and then we have Messi and Alvarez. So that one's not as fun because we don't have any Spanish. But this is fun. This is a sweat for $30K. First place is $30K. But the only thing that kind of sucks, right? So there's 235 people in this final. So 101 to 235 win 400. We already got paid for that. So that was already from advancing. That's what we got. So basically, I got to finish in the top 100 to start making some more money. But $30K for first is pretty fun. Was pretty fun. So we'll have a nice little sweat, And a very cool thing about the sweat, I heard from the Underdog VIP team, and we're going to be hanging out with them on Sunday. They're doing a little the New York VIPs. They're having a little get together at a bar down in New York City, in the Smoke City, capital of the world. We're gonna go get some brews and watch this. So I'm very excited. Should be a fun sweat. Looking forward to it. All right, back to the hoops. Let's scroll NBA Central for a little bit. Let's see what's going on over there. And then again, we're going to get into some double dribbles shortly. I think TST is going to be joining us in like 20 minutes or so. Let me bring this back over here. Let's go. I hate that. Okay, that it kept it that time. Good. Let's see if there was any other news that we're missing. Any other news that we're missing in the streets here? LeBron going to the Warriors. Okay, so Cavs 46%, Warriors 35%. So my Denver bets are dead. We threw some Denver money at it. No dice. Borland was saying about Fanatics Fest. I just have no interest in Fanatics Fest. I don't know why. I just don't. It does not scratch an itch for me. It does not. We did some Giannis stuff yesterday. We already talked about that. New number, some LeBron stuff. I don't know. It's been kind of a quiet few days. We had some DeAndre Jordan news where everybody was dunking on the Pelicans again for a little bit. Everybody was dunking on the Pels for a little bit for signing DeAndre Jordan when they didn't have to sign him that much, but they started answering it. We got Nez in the chat. Let's go, Nez. If Braun doesn't come to Miami, I'm going to find the tallest hill in Florida and convince him to go under the moonlight. Why you guys really want him, huh? That's how desperate Miami is right now. You guys still aren't like. Why would he go back there? I don't. What is the ceiling of the Miami Heat if it's LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bam Adebayo, I guess Andrew Wiggins? So is Wiggins playing the 2 in this scenario? Wiggins is playing the 2, and then who do you have? Who do you have at the 1? Davion Mitchell? Is that what we're doing? Pelly Larson? Who's your guard? Borland did mention the Gary Trent Jr. stuff. Yeah, so Gary Trent Jr. Yeah, so what's Gary doing? Cam Thomas still a free agent. By the way, can we just talk about this? The Cam Thomas truthers have never been down worse, man. Never been down worse. Remember, it was like, dude, he's just in a bad situation, man. He's been in a bunch of situations. He's going to be Mikey. Is it Mike the situation? Sorrentino, is that right? All right, I want to find the Gary Trent Jr. stuff here. So Gary Trent Jr. signs a deal so bad. The deal is so bad that they had to open an investigation. Also, why can't I find this? How is this not up here? What, we don't have anything about Gary Trent Jr. on NBA Central? Come on, bros. NBA Central, sleep at the wheel? Unless I scrolled by it. But anyways, Gary Trent Jr. signs this 40-year deal, which nobody besides the Los Angeles Lakers are giving out 4-year deals right now. All right? Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. Yet somehow the Milwaukee Bucks, who are paying Damian Lillard's contract right now, they're paying Miles Turner a bunch of money. Somehow, 4 years, $64 million. Surely that's not all guaranteed, right? No, that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed money. They went out there. The NBA was like, the second the ink is dry on this shit, we're on the phone. We're on the phone. John Horst, the GM of the Milwaukee Bucks, clearly had diarrhea running down his leg, trying to keep Giannis in Milwaukee, trying to keep them happy last offseason, right? That's exactly what happened. That's the only reason you stretch and waive Dame, or stretch whatever the hell they did. Whatever they did. Dame needed to get stretched anyways because of that Achilles, am I right? No, so he gets hurt, and they're like, we're not going to be competitive unless we move off of Dame. So they do that. They bring in Miles Turner, which, by the way, that should have been the first red flag. Because can you tell me the time Miles Turner was the answer? I know he was coming off Game 7 NBA Finals run with the Indiana Pacers. But even in that stretch of time, like the only time Miles Turner has a good fantasy night or good night is if, I don't know, if he's high owned in underdog and I didn't draft him. That's the only time. But I don't understand. What do the Bucks gain from this? They don't gain anything right now. But I'm saying this was last offseason. And so what they did was they were like, listen, we got Miles Turner. All right. We get Kevin Porter Jr. We believe in Ryan Rollins. We need vets that will come in and be good veteran players for cheap. So they were like, Gary Trent, listen, man, we're desperate. We're trying to keep Giannis happy. Do you mind coming in? Just take the vet min this year. And then listen, wink, wink, tug, tug. We'll guarantee you straight cash, homie, right? That's why they did that. That's why they did what was it? Something with the bird rights. Tug, tug, okay? Season ends. Now, did they know when they did this that Gary Trent Jr. was going to have the worst year of his career since becoming a serviceable player? Right? His numbers were bad. And I think that's what ended up happening. Let me get some Gary Trent Jr. numbers for you. And again, I keep hearing Ernie Bach Jr. every time. Okay, in 65 games, 8 points, 1 rebound, 1 dime per game. That's Malik Beasley numbers. 38% from the field, 36% from three. But you compare that, right? Wait, did I say? No, that was last year. Played how many games? Played 65 games. And again, listen, part of those numbers are skewed because the Bucks were trying to lose games anyways, right? That was part of it. They were trying to lose games. So, he becomes a little bit less important down the stretch. But still, man, I mean, when you look at his 3-point percentages, right? It was 40%, 41%, and then down to 36. All of his numbers went down. And then so for them to go out there and give them just a guaranteed deal like that, and a 4-year deal. Look at the rest of the deals around the league this year, except for the Lakers, who were just giving out 4-year deals like it was, I don't know, horse feed at a Jokic party. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. But something like that. Lakers gave out a bunch of 4-year deals. Everybody else getting 1-and-1s, 2s, 3s with a club option. Gary Trent Jr., 4, guaranteed 4. But again, I just from Gary Trent Jr.'s brain, how do you feel? You know? Can you imagine, right? You go to work on just, you're starting a new quarter. You get to the office. Your boss calls you in, daps you up. Hey, Greg, really good stuff. Really good stuff, Greg. We want to give you a raise. And then basically one of your colleagues finds out, sends an email out to everybody, no BCC, all right? It's a full CCC, full CC. Everybody can reply all. It's like one of those awful emails that you used to get. Remember being like, hey, by the way, there's pizza in the lounge. And everybody's like, oh, hey. Well, maybe you guys haven't worked at a college, whatever. Email goes out, be like, did you guys see that Greg got a raise? And then it gets so bad that your boss's boss comes in and it was like, hey, or not even human resources comes in. And they're like, we have to hold an investigation as to why you got a raise. That's how bad Gary Trent Jr. was at work. Yeah, it's the fifth biggest deal signed this offseason is crazy. All right, Weisberg sent a tweet. Let's see. Weisberg sent something with the Gary Trent Jr. stuff. Yeah. No, it's still the same. Yeah, don't reply all. Don't reply all the emails. All right, let's see what this tweet is. I haven't looked at it yet, so hopefully it's good. Okay, here we go. This is from Grant Asfeth. What does that look like for you guys? Okay, you can see it. So this just goes over the timeline, right? So June of 2023 opts into his $18.5 million player option. All right. July of 23, Raptors and Clutch begin working towards a multi-year deal. Let's fast forward some of this shit. This is too much information. All right, Trent, this is 2024. He signs a 1-year, $2.6 million veteran deal with Milwaukee. Doc personally flies to recruit him, leveraging his relationship with Gary Trent Sr. Nepotism. Milwaukee is above the second apron at the time, restricting them to minimum only. All right, Trent signs a 2-year, $7.5 million $1 million deal with his non-Bird exception, the non-Larry, roughly 20% above the minimum. Deal includes a player option. All right. Then that season, he averages 8 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound. There you go. Bang, bang, bang. His worst season since his rookie year, multiple coach decision DNPs and rotation demotions. Trent declines a $3.88 million player option, becomes an unrestricted free agent, and then bang. 4 years, $64 million. And then the phone rings. It's the police. Not a chance. Again, that would be like if all of a sudden my YouTube channel had 250,000 subscribers. You would call up 1-800-YouTube and you'd be like, what happened? Is his last Mike Beast? Okay, can the Kawhi investigation stop? That's what we're saying. Can the Kawhi investigation stop? Okay, do you guys think do you think it ends this offseason? I was listening to John Hollinger on Nate Duncan. And he was making it sound like this is going to go on for a while. Like that we are far away from it. There you go, Borland. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I don't know. Do we think it Weisberg thinks it'll get done in the next month? So okay. So by August 17th, you think by August 17th it'll get done? I don't know. Hollinger again was saying that like if any sort of sanctions are levied, like it has to go through an arbitration court or something. Wow, Karama doesn't care what what's with the Hollinger stuff? He was such a bad executive. Oh, okay. Yeah, but wasn't he there when they were drafting good? Wasn't he? Okay, hold on. What did somebody just want to see the Kawhi photos? Yeah, let's get the Kawhi Groot. Right? Is it Groot? Is that who it was? Also, why did they pick Groot? I don't know. If I was thinking of is that because he's a tree aspiration? Okay, I got there on my own. All right, here you go. This is it right here. This is it. Imagine having a contract voided because of this. You know? Oh, Weisberg, just by the way that you put this into the comment, I don't want to hear anything else from you. So there's the distinction to me between filing the report and going to an Airbnb. Contextually speaking, for what it's worth, I pass, Weisberg. Let's take a mental health check. So I can drink some more water. It's getting hot in here, and I've got a scratchy throat because of the smoke from Canada. but I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss. Like I said earlier, I'm in charge today. I am in charge. You can't tell me what to do. Power Duster said it's got to wrap before training camp. Crazy how many other things it's holding up, like RJ, like Benedict Mathurin. I mean, yeah, and I just like the Raptors in general. The Raptors in general, or not even the Raptors, but like Brandon Ingram, man. Like, what a weird spot to be in. What a weird spot to be in. Yeah, I don't know. And Benedict Mathurin, like, I'm curious what his market looks like, or the guy. I don't even know. I don't even know what their plan is. Also, speaking about it's got to wrap up before training camp. Maybe my favorite thing that's happened is Adam Silver being like, "Hey, LeBron, listen, man, we can't make the schedule till you pick where you want to go." Like that, they're trying to hurry him up so that they can make the schedule. Like that's not. Like, I'm all for making fun of LeBron. That's not LeBron's. That's not LeBron's fault. That's not LeBron's fault. These are the rules, man. He can wait as long as he wants. You get better at marketing your league. All right, get better at marketing your league. How about the fact that the Pistons Duren thing is a complete shit show? You know what? I actually don't think it's a shit show. I'm going the other way now, by the way. I had some more time to think about this. I love what Detroit's doing. All right, because Detroit looked across the Michigan River, the Great Lakes, through the state of New York. They looked at Boston, all right? And they saw the garbage the Celtics just went through, where they traded Jaylen Brown for a steroid expendable, a steroid-filled expendable, and a couple of first-round picks, right? An all-NBA, a second-team all-NBA guy for that. And I think the Pistons are like, well, let's not cave here. I know he's only 22. We know we're going to extend him, but let's nickel and dime this guy a little bit so that we can actually hold on to Cade, who is the guy that deserves super duper max money, and Jalen Duren, who, like, listen, if Duren, say they still lost in the Eastern Conference Finals and Jalen Duren did not get played off the court by the third string center, then maybe you have to pay him. But I'm like, listen, I like B-Ball Paul Reed more than most. But B-Ball Paul, I like because he's a fantasy basketball player that's awesome. He's not an awesome basketball player. He's chaos. He's chaos. And somehow B-Ball Paul outplayed Jalen Duren. So, like, I would try to do this as long as they can. And any sort of discount you can get, on them is dope. It's beautiful. I mean, the Rockets are famous at doing this, right? Houston's like famous at just needling like Tari Eason. Tari Eason, the first player who I've seen sign an extension and then immediately complain about it. That was, I don't know. Do you guys remember that? Like, well, let me see if you can find, let me see if I can find the Tari Eason tweet. Cause I think I don't know who tweets more, him or his mom, but all right, hold on. Yeah, okay, this it is. Here it is, July 2nd. So it was reported he signed this extension on that day. It was like July 2nd the information came out. And this was Tari Eason's tweet. I guess, bro. That's it. Fantasy basketball, you don't have to do much. I played it before. Yeah. Zach LaVine, that's another great example. Zach LaVine, pretty solid fantasy basketball player. Get him away from my basketball team, though. Should we talk some summer league? Some actual summer league hoops? Is Caleb Wilson the best player of all time? Also, how about Caleb Wilson saying, like, I guess I just like basketball more than those guys because he played every single night? Isn't that incredible? Every single summer league game. Incredible. Got in a little scuffle last night. He's got that dog in him. I'm very excited for Caleb Wilson. Honestly, all of the rookies. I thought most of the rookies played well. AJ DeBanza looks great. Darren Peterson's obviously looks good. Those guys got shut down pretty quickly. Summer League was pretty fun, though. Have you guys been watching? Have you guys been tuning in outside of being there IRL? We did have a great time. We had a great time. we can take you through the summer league experience. We Thursday night we got there and we went to me, Justin, and Kelsey went to this dinner at the Venetian called Cote, Cote. I think it's pronounced Cote. It's a little Korean steakhouse, and it's the best meal I've had in a decade. It's awesome. It was an incredible meal. Had a great cocktail there, and you want to know who else liked it? You want to know who else enjoyed their meal there?
Detroit basketball! Detroit basketball!
That's right. That's right. JB Bickerstaff, Luke Walton, Jarrett Jack. Also, JB Bickerstaff's best friend, Jamal Mosley. They were all there, just sitting like the table next to us. Just sitting at the table next to us. So it was a great time. We had fun. We had fun Thursday night. It was a very long day. Thursday was a very long day. Thursday was such a long day, I can't even remember what we did. I think we hung out with Boston Base and Patrick Coyne for a little bit. Friday, we watched the World Cup together, took in some of Spain via Belgium, and then headed over to Summer League, and we watched a little bit. I forget what the first game we saw was. I think it was the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks. And can I just tell you, the Brooklyn Nets, Danny Wolf is tough, man. And I don't mean tough fun. Like, that's a tough draft pick for the Nets. I am not a Danny Wolf fan. You know who looked good, though? Igor. He was hooping out there. He looked really nice for Brooklyn. The Knicks, you didn't really learn anything from them. Didn't learn too much from them. Then I saw a little bit of Caleb Wilson versus Cam Boozer. That was really fun. And then I left right before the third quarter to go watch some of the Celtics. And I watched Hugo Gonzalez have a terrible, terrible game. And I think all of the tweets afterwards were like, Ugo, 15, 10, and 8. Like, oh my God. He looks really, really bad. He looked aggressive. Now, granted, I think they were giving him a lot of offensive responsibility to see if he could do a little bit more. I saw their second game, or my second game, was against the Phoenix Suns. Looked a lot better then. Looked a lot better in that game, a little bit more confident and efficient on the offensive end. Their rookie, Kristanak, looks good, man. Looks athletic. I also like their second round pick, Dylan Mitchell, quite a bit. Really aggressive on the defensive end. Yeah, they were fun. Amari Williams, I keep wanting to be good, but he's not. You've been liking the highlights I've seen from Alan Graves. I don't think I've seen a single highlight from Alan Graves, so much so that I don't know who he plays for. If I'm being honest, I don't know who he plays for. And then Power Duster said, you could move the Nets before the Pelicans. Don't think anyone would notice. Yeah, I just feel bad for my friends in Brooklyn that do like the Nets, but I'm with you. Just move the Nets. Move the Nets. Move the Pelicans. Vegas and wherever. So that was Friday. And then I forget what I did on Friday night. I forget what we did. I think we did a little gambling. We did a little gambling on Friday. Where did we go? It took forever to get out of Summer League. That was part of the problem. Did dinner and then some gambling. Then Saturday, our guy Patty Coyne fired up the pool. We did a little cabana action on Friday at the MGM. We did some floating in the pool. Had a really nice time. Watched the England-Norway game together. And then from there, we went over to the Horseshoe, where we saw, I forget the band's name now. We saw a Rolling Stones cover band or tribute band. I don't know the difference. And they played a full hour of just bangers, of just absolute bangers. And it was so fun. That was a great time. The second that ended, we rolled right out into the casino where Argentina was finishing up their match with, was that Switzerland? Walked out, saw them score 2 goals to win 3-1. In that time, the Conor McGregor fight started and ended. We got a sneeze coming. We got to play video.
I'm sorry this didn't come with a hand job. I just don't think it's included in the airdrops. Stylistically, that's tough to include that in an airdrop.
Beautiful. We got that sneeze out. Yeah, the tribute band was great. I think tribute band means full costumes, not just the music. Okay, yeah, they were excellent. They were excellent. And then went did a little bit more gambling. My favorite thing that happened, I hope Patrick's okay with me telling this story. My favorite thing that happened. Oh, you still heard the sneeze? It didn't mute? That's hilarious. That's good. That's the ASMR, you freaking perverts. There you go. My favorite thing that happened the entire trip. So Saturday night, we get back. I think we go to the Park MGM on Saturday, gamble for a little bit. There's a high roller room, right? High stakes, but a high roller room. So we go in there, and you remember that? What's the slap fights? What's that show? What's the slap fight show? It's like is it just called slap fight? Slap fist slap? Slappy season? I forget what it's called. There was some like influencer after party type thing happening there. I think Ariel Helwani, Power Slap. It was Power Slap. Thank you. Ariel Helwani was there. Okay, so there's all of these fighters are in there. So we go in. Patrick Coyne's like, I'm going to play one $200 hand of Baccarat or $300 hand of Baccarat that he lost just immediately. It couldn't have been a faster L. It was just an instant L. And then it was me, Justin, Patrick, and the consigliere. And then so we went and we got a drink at the bar. And I got to tell you, it was the best air-conditioned room in Vegas was the High Rollers room. And then we stayed for like another hour and a half just sipping on some drinks while Patrick stole or took the coasters, the high roller coasters and high roller. Oh, this must have been Friday night. And high roller coasters. Oh, yeah, we were talking about Friday. And then he brought them to the pool on Saturday. Anyways, then the pool was on Saturday. I forget what I did for dinner on Saturday night. Yeah, that was Friday. I forget what I did on Saturday night now that we're saying it. I'm assuming I gambled a little. Oh, we went to New York, I think maybe. Yeah, we're gonna do a double dribble draft when TST gets here, Weisberg. Weisberg, come on time and you'll know the situation, Mike. I forget what I did Saturday night. Went to New York, I think. Did some gambling. Sunday, went back to Summer League. Saw some more Summer League hoops on Sunday with my boy Ryan Lewis. And then had a pretty chill evening after that. But it was a great time. Never used a better coaster in my life. Yeah, seriously. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I think we got TST coming. So, all right. Yeah, TST is going to be jumping on here in just a second. All right. Hold on one second. Okay. But yeah, best coaster. So anyways, for the next part of the show, we are going to be jumping up onto the underdog. I was at New York on Saturday, Weisberg, because on Saturday you were gone. You left Saturday, right? So I went to New York on Saturday. Anyways, let's go back to underdog. We're going to be messing around here with some drafts. So you'll see that the underdog posted the new double dribble here. This should be called the double dribble contest, the one that Matty Harrison won. That's what it should be referred to. The Matty Harrison Invitational. But we're going to jump in there. We're going to have TST come on and talk a little bit about some of the tools that he's been building. Okay. Because he's put together some sick, you guys have seen me use the solver quite a bit, right? You've seen me use the solver on here. Weisberg, Maddie, Jesus, now I'm just saying everybody else's names. TST built some tools, built some ranks. Excited for him to talk a little bit about the layout. Some like interesting things that have shifted from this year to last year is just like some of the positional stuff. Like you'll notice Evan Mobley has moved from a big to a wing. Anthony Davis has moved from a big to a wing. And so some of these times we've had some real like positional scarcity. And I think that's something we focused on, right? Where like 2 or 3 years ago, it's like you got to get your wings early, right? And then last year, wing got a little bit deeper and you started to pivot a little bit. This year, it's like almost close to even. Maddie was letting us know, yeah, Zion has moved to wing. Sandro has moved to wing. So I think it's kind of adjusted some of my structural thoughts. I'll show you a couple of the teams that I've built already. Let me see if I pull up like this. I think we still have the double dribble stuff, right? If I go like this, I think, right? Yeah. Okay, so although I don't know if that was exact. Oh yeah, right? Because we have. Sorry. Let's do that right there. Bang. Yeah, bang. All right, let's look at some. I've completed a couple of teams. I'm in a few drafts right now, too. I'm in more than a few drafts, but a few double dribble drafts. But I'll show you some of my completed ones. We've done 6 so far. 6 DDs. A couple of things, like ADP's been all over the place. Like it opened with Paolo at 30, which was pretty fake. That was pretty fake. He's jumped up. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, I think, is like way too cheap right now. This is my most recent one, which I think is most helpful to look at. I was drafting from the 4 position. So we get Giannis at 4. And then like Donovan Mitchell falling all the way to 21. I can't tell if it's good or not. I mean, Anthony Davis going like, and Ballwell B is so sharp. So maybe I have to be paying more attention. I guess AD was going around like that 10, 11 spot last year. Now he's going at 20. So that feels pretty free. But Paolo jumping all the way up to 15. We got Booker at 28, which I think is pretty fun. Then we get Con Knipple and Trey Murphy. And then we backed up 2 bigs in a row with Alex Sarr and Khalil Ware. Then Jeremiah Fears, some Colin Murray Boyle, some Day'Ron Sharp, Anthony Black, which I kind of want to talk about his ADP because I didn't really like this pick, but excuse me. Then we went Brooks, Sharp, Sexton, Najee Marshall, finish it off with B, Ball, Paul. But definitely still getting my sea legs here with the dog bowl. I think like creating ranks sometimes, especially if you're doing it before a lot of tools are available, can feel a little bit overwhelming, right? I think it's pretty easy to have some takes in the first 100 guys, maybe even 125, but then it's just such a massive list of guys after that it's a little bit tricky. I will say some of the some of the rookies have been really jumping lately. Like, let's see where Caleb Wilson went in this draft. My guess is in the 50s, maybe even a little bit higher. But like, let's see where these rookies went. Also, it's kind of crazy seeing Cooper Flagg being a top 10 pick, but I'm going to be done dealt in the Cooper Flagg stuff. Walker Kessler going really early at 44. Okay, so Caleb Wilson, the first rookie off the board at pick 50. DeBanza at 53. Boozer at 56. Peterson at 59. So that is basically the consensus for the top 4. Is picks 50 through 60, which is kind of crazy. White is all the way down to the 60s. He was a top 30 guy last year. Derek White was a top 30 guy? Was he really? Hold on. Where did you see Derek White? What was his numbers last year? Let's go look at that. Well, I guess maybe because with Tatum and Paul George, what was White's numbers last year? So White 2,700. Yeah, I mean that's a good number. That is a good number. But if you compare that to some of the other guards in that range, right? Like VJ had 20, basic, like a little bit less than him. Garland going ahead of White feels wrong. Harper too, man. It seems like Harper's still going to be a 6th man of the year. I think we can expect more minutes. Oh, top 30 in drafts last year. Got you. Yeah, I wonder if that was just an overcorrection. If we all overcorrected a little bit, but 60 feels like good value on him. 60 feels like good value on him. Another guy that stood out to me in summer league was Malawach. He has been awesome in his first couple of summer league games. I watched that game against I forget who they played. It was before the Celtics played the Hornets. Who did they play? Phoenix and the other team didn't really have it. Oh, the Grizzlies, maybe? The Grizzlies. No, it wasn't the Grizzlies. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Malawach was knocking down threes. I think he had like 15 and 18 or something like that. It was something spicy. Ted says I was blessed with 3rd round Hallie in this draft and pulled up Caleb because I was tired of getting sniped him in the early mid-50s. Yeah, I know. So Weisberg, I was looking at the Jimmy Butler stuff too. He was going even higher now. His ADP has gone. It was like in the 70s when this opened. But yeah, he's not even running yet. Another guy I want to see. I think this is like Damian Lillard going this late seems nuts to me. Like he's going to play. He's going to be healthy. He's going to be good to go at the start of the year. This seems nuts to me. Speaking of the nuts, our guy TST is going to join us here in a second. Let's do a quick mental health check break. We're going to bring TST on and start talking about some tools.
can't go down this road. We can't talk about like how you need to have had sex in order to have responsibility. I just think it changes you, you know? I think it changes you.
All right. There we go. We successfully switched over. Yes, let's go. What's up, man? How are we doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, dude. You have been deep in the lab. When did you start working on stuff for this season?
Oh, I don't know. That must have been probably in June, I guess. Well, it was like I was building that thing for the World Cup.
Oh,
and then I don't know if I was kind of doing them simultaneously. So definitely once the World Cup started, I had more focused on this, but I hadn't done any of the projection or anything. And I think they dropped it maybe like a week earlier or so this year, maybe a couple days.
Yeah.
And with a little less warning. So I hadn't done any like games and minutes projection. So that I was a little behind on, but I'd been doing like some other stuff.
So I figured I would give you the steering wheel here as we talk about some of the stuff that you were working on before we like get into the draft. Also, as Power Duster said, lost another great public school teacher to gambling. Where do you want to start with some of the stuff that you've been working on?
I mean, the bigger question is, do we want to be in a draft and in case it once fills and then do you think wait a while for it to fill?
Do you think that's the easiest way to do it?
Well, I mean, might as well hop in one just in case we're like far from filling.
Okay, I'm gonna let's see if I can switch
so that we don't miss it. Because at these time of year, we don't want to have to have 11 spots to fill because. But then if it's a while to fill, I can start talking about some different stuff.
Okay. All right, cool. Let me jump in one here. Although actually, why don't you share your screen and we'll draft on your team if that's on your account,
I'll hop in one right now. Yeah.
So that way we can share the stuff that you have right there. Oh, Ted says it's 9 out of 12 right now.
Okay.
And then Weisberg can go ahead. You set up and I'll.
Okay, we're one away from filling here. So
all right, there we go. So jump in. So Weisberg said, I got a nerdy question on you on how you built this product. Do you have access to Underdog's API? How are you able to test these products?
A lot of their stuff is like open, and then other stuff I like built myself. But they released the data, the pick by pick data, which is like the most important stuff for the best ball stuff. They didn't have this year's out until like a couple of weeks ago. I had asked Numi and he put that up for me like within a week of me asking him. So I don't know if anyone else has really looked at last year's. I'm sure people had the previous 2 years, but I had to ask him to put it up and the others had been up usually in May the years before. So I don't know if anyone else has done anything, or maybe other people have direct access to it through the API or something that I haven't found that path.
Do you want to share your screen and throw your draft up there?
Yeah, it's been so long. I'm trying to figure it out here. Present. Yeah.
Yeah. Little, I know they upgraded a little bit too.
Oh, that's why. I'll blame it on that. Does tab or full screen matter? Let's try tab.
Yeah. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Bang.
Okay, we're good.
And if you want, maybe zoom in a little bit.
Good.
I think that's a little bit better. Yeah. I can let the chat tell us if it's not as good here.
Yeah. So basically, I had spent most of my time like doing the pick by pick stuff. I had done quite a bit of work last year on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of like redoing that because it wasn't as thorough and as good as I liked. And that's like going through, your stuff like the different build advance rates and that type of stuff. And that was kind of like basing where this tool was kind of going to go. Some stuff is just like curiosity. I think everyone knows that has played like NFL and NBA stuff, that NBA stuff is like, okay, like if you pick the best players, you win, like
right.
More so than anything. Like there's not going to be some like miraculous like recipe that we're going to find or anything. It's just looking for I was more looking for like what not to do rather than expecting that we're going to find anything from that. I don't think we'll get into like the crazy nitty gritty of that stuff. We can do that another day too. But that's kind of like what one direction of this tool that we're doing, and then the other is like using some sims and stuff like that you might see in other tools for other sports or different best ball stuff. So looking at that, I had kind of messed around with the World Cup stuff, so that kind of gave me a little baseline to work off of. And then we've done some other different things. So I'll just while we're waiting, I can show you some of the stuff. So I basically created these little like player cards here that has last year's stats. It has my projections. And then one of the fun things is ADP momentum, which is kind of like all over the place right now. Find a player that isn't as consistent. So like if we look at Halliburton here, you can see in the week he's fallen 2.9 spots, 3 days, 1.1, 1 day. This probably just hasn't updated yet. So it kind of does that. But the cool thing that it does is that it creates like a momentum. I think Walker Kessler is one that shows it. Was he? Yeah. So it has like a little momentum here, and it actually will adjust like the ADP and everything that's used in my calculations based on this. So if a guy is screaming up the board and his ADP is 50, it does calculations to be like, no, his ADP is actually like on pace to be 47 essentially. So it kind of can give you ahead of people, but also the guys that are falling too regularly, right? Like you might come and you're like, oh, I'm getting like a decent value. He's like 112 and I'm drafting him at 108, but like, 2 weeks later, he's going to be at 125.
Right.
The value's gone. And that's one of the things that every research will tell you about any best ball is like your closing line value is always super important. Getting ahead of those guys that are rising, not clicking the guys that are falling until later when you can get them at a better price. So those types of things are kind of helpful in this ADP. And when we get to the live draft, I'll show you kind of how the dynamic rankings and how that gets factored in. The other thing that I have used, and I started this last year, and it's I call it WRI, and it's the weekly relevance index. And this is essentially a way to attempt to distinguish between and compare players based on position. So it's really hard. Like, I think it was harder before. Now, like I think you were talking about before, there's been a rebalancing of positions. We saw one last year. We saw another one this year. But before, like a wing that was averaging like 32 fantasy points per game was like super valuable.
Right.
If you just compare that to a guard that's averaging 37 a game, you're like, oh, he's way worse and he's not going to contribute as many points. But because of the different positional allocations in the past, that was more important. And the other thing that I've been able to use that as is to kind of track those trends. So last year we saw a bunch of guards switch to wing. And last year, if you look at their performance, basically guards and wings were even. And that was the first time they've been even since this contest existed. And the other thing with that was they closed the gap on bigs as well last year.
Right.
Which is kind of funny that now they they switch bigs over to wing as well, because when we're looking at that, that's like I basically look at the mean average of them hitting a lineup. So they have to hit a lineup.
Right.
Bigs obviously is going to be higher because like only two can hit.
Right.
The one in your flex or there, whereas you can have like a wing or a guard be lower than your flex, but you can't have a big be lower than your flex and hit lineup unless it's your first one, which is less often in most cases for that. So that's just kind of like a cross comparison to try to look at. The other thing it factors in is schedule.
Right.
And I think that's one thing that like we look at. It's one thing that you can actually look at in this besides just picking the best players is like schedule. So because we look at it as a weekly thing, we want to see that. So right now it doesn't have the schedule because we don't have the schedule factored in, but the last year's data does have that. And then once we get the schedule, that will be incorporated. The sims will get a little more interesting as well, once we have the schedule, and we have some teams on 2, some on 4, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think if you are drafting early, it's just because if you're like, one, to get your feet wet, because I do think it is important. Like, I think it is pretty overwhelming the first couple that you do. I mean, I've been doing so many NBA drafts over the last 5 years, and the first one, I'm like, God, I don't know, man. Once, like, and then you see a name that's like, when you're building your ranks, that's like 20 spots lower. Then I was like, oh my God, I have to move him up like 25 spots or whatever. And I'm like Peyton Watson was someone I was struggling with because his ADP when this opened was like 140. And I'm like, I think that should be 100. Like, I think it should be way higher. But then, yeah, so it just is kind of insane to do it right now before the schedule's out. Is there some talking about roster construction? Also, I'll wait like 5 more minutes and then I will just join and be the 12th person in this one. But is there anything with like roster construction, like big picture things? Because I know we've talked so much about how like 664 is the most common one and how it's actually like a little bit more advantageous to be a little bit more unique. But now that we're all kind of like it's evening out a little bit, does that matter as much anymore? Or did that change your thought process at all?
So it will maybe a little bit, but not like I think the reason for that not being as advantageous is the fact that only 2 bigs can play.
Right.
And then you can have 3 of the others, yada, yada. We can go on and on. Basically, the one thing in the research, like that is like 100%, like the strongest thing is that drafting a 4th big is bad in every scenario. And the only time a 4th big had like positive advance rates and stuff like that for the most part. Like if you look at a structure with draft allocation, whatever you want to do, it was linked to Jokic.
Wow.
And so it was like, and that's not to say that there wasn't 664 teams that were built well. It doesn't mean that I'm just talking about if we look at the whole pocket together.
Sure.
And that's where I'm like, I won't never draft a 664 because I think there's probably a good way to do it. I think Sims will likely always say that a 4th big is good, but all the research says no. And that has to do with like the way bigs project and just like hitting your lineup is way less predictable, right? Like part of having depth at guard and wing is because a guy goes down for several weeks, which is like, yeah, you could simulate it, but that's just like, you're really making things random. And that's fine. But, that's where the Sims will likely, if you just look at like, if you were to just do like a short variation, and that's the thing is like, I ran all my research while removing like stud players. So I like reran all the research, but removed all the Jokic teams. And then I was like, okay, like what, and then it's just like all these builds just like plummet. Because like I think he had like 1 year he had like a 60% advance rate, which was just like insane. So like there's kind of things like that that really the contract thing is like don't draft a 4th big. But I think a lot of that has to do with like because people are drafting the 4th big at the wrong time. And like we just have so few data points really to kind of like show, because it's only been 3 years, because there's only so many contestants in it that like, okay, yeah, all those people that drafted Jokic should not have had a 4th big. Like it didn't help them like probably versus drafting another. The person that took 3 bigs before pick 100, even if it wasn't Jokic, probably shouldn't have put a 4th. But the guy that had like 1 in the 50s and then drafted 3 real late, there has to be good teams that can be drafted that way. Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to be successful because you might just be dead on arrival, not having Jokic, not having Wemby, not having Giannis, whoever it might be, depending on the year.
Yeah. And I mean, and I think the context of all that stuff matters too. Like I was doing one last night where I think my first big was Alex Sarr. And so when that happened, I was like, I need another big right away. And then then it's Khalil Ware. I don't feel good about those as like my only 2 bigs. So then I'm like, okay, I probably need to get a 3rd one in the next 30 picks. And then I will probably tack on a 4th high upside one late too. Where if my first one was like Şengün and my second one was Sarr, I'm like, okay, I'm not getting a 4 in this type of build. At least that's how I've been approaching it. Let's why don't I jump in 1, 2, and then we can kind of talk through ranks just so we can get this this draft cooking here. Although no, now it said, are we full? There we go. So I didn't
Oh,
get in.
You didn't get in?
No, I thought I was going to be the 12th one, but I didn't get in. I get to save those $15. But yeah, with the I saw Weisberg had that question about like Giannis and Luka. I mean, that was something we had talked about a little bit offline too, about how Giannis is you have him third. Oh no, you have Luka ahead of Giannis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd been putting Giannis ahead of Luka early, but I'll probably try to be even on those guys. Like I don't think I want a hard stance on either one of them.
Yeah, I think the to me it's the wing versus guard thing. Like,
Yeah,
I think they're like pretty much even now, but I think that like especially a lot of the like people that have done these a lot are so like used to hammering wings that I think that like there's gonna be like I kind of am more worried that I fall behind in guard than I do in wing.
yeah, that is what I've noticed in the.
So the Luka anchor, I actually think could do some damage this year. And like my projections just have him like second to Jokic only.
Oh wow, he's finishing ahead of Wemby too in your projections.
I just think that they're still just so cautious with Wemby's minutes. I think on a night-to-night basis, like Wemby is going to definitely like outscore him many a times.
Yeah,
but it's just not something that happened regularly. Yeah, so if we talk a little bit about the tool here, we got like a portfolio tab here, and this. You sync your drafts by going up here. I don't know if this will come up based on.
No, I don't think you'll see it, but it's
okay.
Done
in
the same way.
Sync, and basically this shows you all your draft slots that you've ever had. So like I only have 2 that are finished. I have some slows going, and then shows you where you are right now. And then this here is like where your next pick is going to be and the draft board, so you can kind of see your exposures around that pick. So in case you're just like always clicking the same guy, and you can adjust for this for ADP or the momentum adjusted ADP, like I talked about earlier. You got your top pairs, your top trios, and then you can get
TSD. Sorry, do you mind seeing if you can zoom in a little bit more? Because I think people can see the draft, but maybe not the tool as much. Even a little bit more if you can. Yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna look on it. That good?
I think that's a little better.
I'm gonna go one out. Yeah, and so at the bottom here, you can check your combos. So as your players draft, they'll populate here, and then you can just check. So I have no Giannis, so it's not that interesting right now. And then when we're going, this has your roster construction, and this gets populated based on your first 2 picks. And it will tell you kind of where you want to look at trying to get those draft allocation. I'm still working on this part. I'm not like 100% sold on the draft allocation part of it. It is very dependent on who your first pick is. Like if you have a big as your number 1 overall, like either that or if you have if you have a Jokic or a Wemby team, like it's so much draft allocation that first pick, it's going to say that you can spend a lot more on big because like you need to at least have 2. And then down here, it's basically saying based on my first pick, there's 7 good builds that I could get to that historically are good. You'll notice that none of them have 4 bigs. And as we get further along, it'll narrow it down to like the top 3 and give you suggestions on who to pick next. And that's shown here, kind of like suggesting, like trying to send you down a path. It'll also factor into their dynamic ranking here as we go. If we look at the score here is the dynamic ranking based on rank ADP, the sims, the roster fit, and then the position, like what's going to be available next time you come around. And then these are the points based on the sims that are added per week on average. The playoffs are separate. They're going to be very similar right now because we don't have a playoff schedule, but that could become important. And then the crack percentage is how often they hit your lineup in the sims. So you'll see like this number could sometimes be much higher than a similar pair that you're comparing, but the points be different, and that's usually based on like games played projection. So that's kind of like the overall thing. You can see here, I talked about the momentum thing. So Sabonis is one that's been rising. So he has like a little indication here that he is rising as we go.
I do. Yeah. I love that the indicator thing is really cool of like rising and falling. I also, I do think this is great already, but I do think when the schedule comes out, that's when it starts being like really electric. All right. So back on the board. So I imagine you're like, we need a guard at the spot.
Yeah. I'm definitely guard. Like, it's like Durant or Denny or the other ones up there for me as wings. I'm not like thrilled about either of them. Like,
yeah.
I think they're solid picks, but I do want a guard. I want to trust Trae Young a little bit, but I don't know what Washington's going to do, man.
I don't either. I'm having a really tough time outside of Debansa. I have a really tough time figuring that out. I am less concerned about the tanking stuff this year with the new rules. Like that is kind of fun where I'm like, oh, I can't, because I mean, Lowry Markkinen probably went 30 picks behind ADP or 30 picks later than he should have. Not that he should have, but if we knew he was going to play a full season, that changes things quite a bit. But there's a lot of mouths to feed in Washington. I don't really know how to approach that outside of AJ and Sar. Like I'm still going to go after Sar, but I'm scared to death of Anthony Davis.
Yeah, like that. Is that like they're such a weird team? The like mix of you don't know what direction they're gonna go, and it might be a little bit on like how they start.
Yeah,
if they get off to like a hotter start. It's also the new tanking kind of throws a fun new wrinkle in it all.
Right. All right. So back on the board here. Where are you feeling?
I'll probably go Bam. Here, I'm not too worried about them being on the same team and everything. No. I think they're both just like gonna get theirs. It's more, I wouldn't necessarily want like them at the same position, and we'll be able to fill stuff out around them to go around. Are you worried like Bam's production this year is gonna go down much because of Giannis?
No, not really. I mean, it's not like he's a ball dominant guy anyways. And I think if anything, it just Bam, I'm talking about. I just think that makes he'll get easier looks and easier opportunities, I think. So there we go. Look at that. We got Mr. Roto Run right there. Wow, shit. I was just going to go a different direction with what we were talking about, and now I totally blanked when we got to the positional thing, so forget it. Oh, but I am excited for when the schedule comes out to use something like this that helps. I know like the solver has instituted it for NFL stuff, and like when you start trying to correlate week 16 and 17, but the idea of adjusting your ranks or like this giving you some options of who makes the most sense for your next selection is pretty cool, especially like later in drafts. If you feel like, because I know something you were really good at, like articulating last season was kind of like Karl Anthony Towns' ADP and how he was a little overpriced, not because he could not get there, but because when the Knicks schedule came out, it was so weak in the playoffs that it was like hard to justify the price for those guys. And I think those types of things like where you're like, okay, if I am going to draft Cat in that spot with that schedule, what are some suggestions here later in this draft?
Yeah, and I think it also what I like about it is that like when you throw in an aspect of Sims, it'll kind of like it'll not even make you get different, but it'll just like make you question yourself. Like it's very easy that we have these guys ranked, and it's because they like project like 0.5 fantasy points per game different, and with variance and everything that like means anything. So like, you know, even right now, like my Sims here use a variance based on like the player's history and like the positional history, but like that's nothing compared to when we throw in the difference in schedule as well. That'll change so much more. And it just like, you know, especially later in drafts when you're kind of like, oh, like I've clicked this guy because I'm really high on him so many times, but then it's like, okay, like I want to switch it up a little bit. So kind of more just like, you know, looks at some different options. I don't like click the top player on this every time. I just like look at it and then I'll look over at my ranks and I'm like, well, actually, I want to draft Gonkin up. I don't care that it says I should take a guard right now. I can fix it later.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything stand out to you, like you're in your early run of ranks that caught your eye, surprised you either positively or negatively, or anything? Good.
I I waited a little longer to get in because I was building stuff. So I didn't get to I didn't hop in some with like the crazy ADPs at the start. At the top, I'm not there's nothing like too insane. I think guys are still kind of like you'll get guys falling in weird ways a little bit still. The bigs are definitely pushing up a lot, and that's going to be interesting. Like you can kind of really feel it if you get behind on big, which is kind of funny because it's also like the position from a like mean perspective that is probably the strongest, but those top guys just don't exist as much. They really like switching both. Who was it? Mobley was the big one. Zion,
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. Like switching those guys just like made their Jokic and Wemby problem even worse, which is like kind of like not necessarily the thing. We're on the clock here.
Here we go. So we're looking at Embiid, Castle, Trey.
Yeah, Embiid, like all these wings. I would probably go Trey. It's telling me to get another guard here.
Yeah.
I'm not like super thrilled on Trey. Castle, I'm like, I'm so high on Harper that I have a hard time clicking Castle as much. But I just saw a report today saying that Harper's very comfortable being a 6-man off the bench still, blah, blah, blah. So,
and saw that Fox is still a critical part of the team's future. So, but yeah, those minutes will be safe for Castle. Nez, I was thinking about this too. I know maybe it was Weisberger brought it up too, but talking about your love for Kessler this year. My only concern is we haven't really seen it from him yet at like a volume standpoint. You know what I mean? Like we haven't really seen him play a full season, I don't think. But I mean, they traded DeAndre Ayton. Jackson Hayes is gone too, right? He's on the Jazz. Right? Did I make that up? I think he's on the Jazz. I don't think they have a backup center right now.
Yeah, his price has gotten expensive.
Yeah.
Like he's up to 44, he's up 13 spots in the last week. But like, I think it's okay. Like, I think you need to take bets on him because the Lakers need it to work basically. And that's like that'd be worrisome from them.
I mean, my concern is just so he played 74 games his rookie year. He played 64 games his second year, 58 his third, and then 5 last year. I guess he did in his third year, he did play 30 minutes per game, so that's pretty good. I mean, I think I'm going to be buying into it because you're right. I mean, it does get like ugly in the big. Sorry, you're on the clock here.
Yeah, so here's one where I won't listen to it. So it's suggesting Kyrie. I'm not super like thrilled on Kyrie. No. His momentum is falling, so like he's only gonna get cheaper and cheaper. I think like with Utah trying, like we may like look and see that like Lowry is a little underpriced. There's gonna be like, I don't know how you feel about Utah, but I feel that there's gonna be like maybe half them that are underpriced and half them that are overpriced, and it's like you got to kind of take stabs on all of them because you don't know which ones are going to do which.
Yeah, I feel like the only one that I would say is overpriced right now is Peterson. Like that would be the only one I'd be nervous about, but has the upside to get there. Like I'm not saying you should fade Peterson, but there is a world in which like Ace Bailey outplays him for stretches and he hits a rookie wall or something like that. Jaren Jackson Jr. always feels expensive because of who he is, but he's a big, and so that the scarcity in that position helps him out a little bit. But I'm going back to the Keontae I'm going back to the Lowry I think Utah is going to be really good this year. I will be betting they're over. I will be betting them to make the playoffs. Like, I think Utah is legit a good team. And I think they're going to be like a fun, pretty high scoring team too. I think they're going to be like a great game stack night just because I don't know what kind of backcourt defense they can play. And I know they got Jared Jackson Jr. behind them, but I feel like that's going to be some fun guard battles. So I like all the Jazz. And Peterson has looked awesome. Like he really has. And if he's going to shoot the ball like that, I mean, that's just like the perfect 2 guard to have for them.
Yeah. Like he'd be maybe my only worry for Keontae George, like maybe not continuing or taking a step forward, however you want to frame it, because I don't know, like when you think Keontae George, do you think when they were all healthy? Do you think when they were tanking? Like he's a weird player to kind of think about from like what you think of him from a fantasy perspective. Is it like when he gets to just play for 46 minutes and no one else is on the court? Or is it like more last year when he was like one of the guys that they were resting all of a sudden? He went from a tanking player to getting rested to tank.
Let me see if I can find Keontae George's numbers with Lowry on the floor last season. Because I feel like he was cooking all the time. He averaged 28, 24, 7, and 4 in 35 games with Lowry last season. Like, sign me up.
Yeah.
Sign me up, bro. Weisberg saying I'm just betting on Peterson. Oh, sorry, are we on the clock?
No, go.
Betting Peterson and DeBanza are going to close at a higher number. Yeah, I mean, I think all the rookies. I mean, we've already seen Caleb Wilson jump up like 20 ADP spots. I think all the rookies. We saw what happened with Cooper Flagg last year, where he's going from pick 30 to pick like 14.
Yeah, and he actually
paid it off.
But he was definitely close. He paid it off more than people in there, so I don't know.
He paid it off the guys that I was taking instead.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, Franz Wagner taking 3 months off. We got Noah in the chat. Let's go. Good to see you, Noah. Thanks for hanging.
What's going on, Noah? All right. So, like, if we look at my construction thing here, it's saying that like win capital, we're pretty good. Taking like these 2 early, especially with Giannis. Like. If we're successful, Giannis and Lowry are like hitting the majority of the time, are filling our wing spots. It's saying I'm way behind on guard here. And then it's basically like telling me 1 or 2 more bigs and you could wait. You could take one now. It's not like the end of the world.
I really like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You just probably wouldn't want to take them like back to back here.
Right. I really like Queen and Sar. Like I think I'm buying into the Queen stuff. I think they're going to play him next to Zion a little bit more this year.
Those are like players where I'm like, if those are your first big, those are ones where I could see them being like that being a four big build. I think I'm going to go Ja here. I really want to click Harper, but I don't know about Harper and Castle. I think that there's probably a situation where like you're only really getting the best outcome of one of the 2.
Sure. So you're buying into the Ja Renaissance?
Not really at all. I just looked and it was like a bunch of Spurs guards. And I had Castle already. I like that click pained me. I wish I'd clicked Harper.
Yeah,
it took me, I think, 15 seconds to have Ja on my team. So I wonder if it'll take Portland 15 games to feel the same way I just feel.
I'd go. I think Pritchard over Ja. Where did Dame go?
Where did Dame go?
He was somebody. I have 100% of Dame right now. I think
he went 65.
65. It's just crazy to me.
Like that, I like a lot better.
Yeah. I don't know what Portland's going to look like or if they're going to be playing basketball in Portland. All right,
I would have gone Queen there.
Yeah. How about Khalil Laird for the culture?
Yeah. Milwaukee's interesting from that perspective because they don't have their draft pick, right?
They don't have the draft pick. They can't tank.
No, but that means they can tank, right? Like from
but why? Why tank?
No, but like from maybe a more traditional tank, as in like develop your young guys.
Oh, right. Well, and that's where though, right?
Well, I clicked them, didn't I?
Okay, yeah, because I want a lot of where.
But yeah, no, like who is the other ones? It's them, Brooklyn, and maybe Dallas. But it depends how you view like Dallas from a
Clippers
going to be good or not. Clippers also don't have their pick.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so like I feel like Clippers and Dallas are a little unknown of where they're gonna sit in. Like I could see them both missing the playoffs, but just like having gotten enough wins that they're not in that bottom three anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, the Bucks, the Pelicans are two teams that I'm like curious what their rosters are going to look like in February. Because it seems like they're not. It seems like the Pelicans aren't trading anybody, which is just crazy. It's just crazy that they're going to have DeJounte, Fears, Queen, Zion, Trey, Herb Jones. Well, like all good players that I don't think make sense on the same team.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do.
But I mean, those are also players where I'm like, do we just think they're good players?
Yeah, they're good fantasy basketball players.
Yeah, good fantasy.
I mean, Zion's super cheap again. I'm doing the Zion thing again.
Man, was it Zion that steamed up last year?
Yeah. Like because the ETR ranks came out. I think they had him he had him like 25.
Yeah, that was like getting Jokic Zion was at the turn there was like going double big with them. Which, the top end of outcomes that really smashes.
Yeah. All right. So
was there any rookies that really like that actually changed what you're gonna do draft wise?
I thought Caleb Wilson was going to be too expensive at first, but he looks incredible. Wilson looks incredible. Boozer looks incredible. But honestly, it was a lot of like second year guys that I came away more excited from. I was already pretty high on Cedric Coward last season, and
too.
Dude, he looked awesome in that Grizzlies Bulls game in that first quarter. Like everybody's paying attention to Boozer and Wilson, rightfully so. But Coward he looked bigger than everybody out there. Like he's a monster. Also, was at a Top Shot event. So what could go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, look, I remember like seeing him storm up. I'm like, oh, I like him, but I haven't updated my rankings since maybe a day or two ago. So like that rank was probably tied to a previous ADP a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like he's up 22 picks in a week. So I was like, oh, something must have happened at Summer League with him.
Yeah, he looks great. And then honestly, Malawatch, like I texted you in real time when I was watching that game, and I was like, oh my God.
Then my entire Twitter feed was just different types of people
saying that,
from Suns fans to just basketball people. The little fantasy stuff talk, but
the Suns are a weird team where they got Mark Williams as their starting five, and they were still playing Oso Ighodaro as backup five when they were going like small. There we go, back on the board. Where do you want to go? Or Day'Ron Sharpe forever, but not in this pick.
I know. You know how hard it is not to click them. I think I'm gonna go Fears here. Talking about those Pelicans not knowing what their roster is going to look like. Cedric Coward is a little tempting there. I don't love like Ryan Rollins, Kevin Porter. Like what is like the guards in Milwaukee?
Yeah, I'll save the Milwaukee guards for daily fantasy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they're going to be like tough. Like even like I was like, oh, Hero, he's going to be all pissed off and everything. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take some, but I don't want to be overweight just on their situation more than anything.
Mm-hmm. But to finish the Phoenix thought, like Mark Williams is obviously going to be minute monitored, and he's going to like miss games. I don't know if they want to play Oso as the backup five, but that's who they have. They could throw the rookie as a backup five at times, but Malawatch, man, he's just so big, was knocking. I think he went 3 for 4 from 3 when I was there. Blocking shots, rebounding. Like he had it was like a 15 and 18 double-double or something. All right. Now, is Coward still there? No, he went, huh?
Coward.
Yeah, go get CMB. Come on, turn it on.
If he's anywhere on the list, I can't not click him.
I love Colin Murray Boyles, dude.
You know what's
Palmer-
funny is that their rookie Graves looks like he's like a carbon copy.
Dude, so I thought that was Colin Murray Boyles when I was there because I saw him. I was like, oh, Colin Murray Boyles is here.
Yeah. No, I was like, oh, like, like I've been watching him play, and I'm like, oh, like if they didn't have CMB, I'd be like super amped on this guy.
Yeah.
And maybe even take some stabs at him. But I'm like, oh, he's just like another one.
Another guy that's been storming up that looked good in summer league was Behringer. That was fun to get him in round 16 for like a minute.
Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, he looked really good.
He's a wing though, eh?
Yeah. No
Good
bigs
fuck.
allowed, bro.
Yeah.
There's really like only 20 of them listed.
They were tired of us drafting 4 of them.
Yeah, right. I see Nick Claxton up there on the board too. Man, Chicago's another team outside of like Giddey and Wilson. I have no idea what to do with.
Yeah, Norm Powell's hard to decide whether he's gonna do his
Right.
all-star thing or his like kind of take a step back.
Right. We talked a little about Walker Kessler, Luca. I know there's Reeves. Are there any other Lakers that you're interested in? Like, have you talked? I took one share of Colin Sexton so far just for fun, but I'm not excited about it. I haven't really been excited about anybody.
I don't
else.
hate the Sexton. I think I have him like in the ranks and maybe a little ahead of ADP from original because I think he was almost had no ADP at the very start.
Yeah.
I've been taking some Sandro.
Yeah, dude. Let's go.
Like I think like there's also like you talked about how they have like no backup 5.
Yeah.
He can kind of fill that role at times.
They don't really have 4s either. So
like so I think there's a path to him and he's just like a pretty good fantasy point per minute type of guy to take a stab at. This is one of the weirdest. This is one of the ones that I've struggled the most with.
yes, I agree.
Andrew Nemhard.
Yeah, I like. Are we really taking Anthony Black over Andrew Nembhard?
Like, I'm like 136. I was like I think like me putting him at 116 in my ranks is like part of that is influenced by the ADP.
Right.
You're telling me that you want Kevin Porter Jr. over Andrew Nemhard?
Well, I might want that. What? Okay, so who are the Milwaukee guards right now?
Kevin Porter Jr., Tyler Hero.
Oh yeah, Hero.
Hackes, like ball handling guys. Hackes went there too.
That's true.
Ryan
Casper,
Rollins.
not that he's a guard. Okay, yeah. You're right. Nembhard. What? See, I've noticed you have Fred. You seem a little bullish on Freddie Vans.
Yeah, I mean,
Just too cheap.
yeah, like he's kind of like he's just there. Like he's not someone I like feel good about clicking.
Yeah.
But like Reed Shepherd's not going to play over him. If Reed Shepherd's like playing over him, then
He's still hurt.
Houston's screwed.
Yeah, it's crazy how bad Reed Shepherd has looked. I mean, he's had moments, but Sadiq Bey is another name that I've seen him there. I don't know what to do with him either, just because like I know he was awesome, man. He was awesome last year. It was like a career year for the dude. There's just the team has so many guys on it, man.
There's so many unknowns with that team.
Yeah.
That, like a trade and he's like in the mix like crazy and he'll pay off.
If Peyton Watson signs with Denver, do you think his ADP goes up? Or do you think this is priced in? This is where he's going to be going.
I think this is his like Denver ADP.
Yeah. Okay. So you think if
like
he gets
within a range, like he still might go up 5 to 10 just because like these guys aren't settled in general.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Andrew Nemhard here.
All right, let's do it.
I don't know, or should I wait?
No, I like
next.
Nembhard or I like Io in this range too.
How do you feel about Io now that Ball's there?
Well, I think Io is best served too coming off the bench. Like if he's going to be their 6th man. I mean, I would take Nembhard over Io. I'd take Nembhard over Io.
Well, we're going to try to push Nemhard and get both.
There you go. Like I also don't trust that LaMelo doesn't get in a car accident. You know?
Yeah, but he seems to be fine every time he does.
Yeah, it's true because he's got Cybertrucks, bro.
It's the surrounding area that you need to be.
LaMelo having a Cybertruck is the most on-brand thing.
Weisberg, you better not take Andrew Nemhard here.
Danny was asking if we're doing a second draft. I don't think so, Danny. I don't think so. I think we might cap it at 1 just with how slowly this is moving. But we will we're going to be doing this at least once a week here the rest of the way. So don't worry. We might do one on Sunday night. Although it depends how Sunday night goes. Depends how Sunday night go. I'm actually wondering, you think does the World Cup final get moved?
From the wildfires?
Yeah, because they're going to be. I mean, it is nasty here right now.
Yeah, but I feel like those things shift pretty quick. Like, no, as it like from a like the directions of the winds and stuff.
Sure.
Like it could I guess it's just a little too far to for them to be considering it, I guess.
Yeah, because it's pretty
Also, FIFA doesn't give a fuck.
No, FIFA does not give a fuck.
It's like, oh, we get to endanger people while making money. Yeah. Sign us up.
I mentioned this at the top, but Underdog invited me to a little VIP New York City hang for the sweat, and I really don't think I was on the list until they saw me tweet out that I had 6 teams in the finals, because I think this is probably more pick'em bros. Yeah. And they were like, all right, because if he wins, we could take a photo and tweet it out. So let's get our boy Zakarian there.
Hey, whatever works, whatever gets you.
I'll take it.
Drinks.
I'll take it.
Ooh, see this part? I don't know here. I don't really love. I guess Anthony Black.
Yeah.
At this point is okay.
I also, if we were going to take another big, I'm kind of high on René.
You are, eh?
Yeah. I just don't know. Is Sabonis going to be on the Kings the whole year?
Man, the only reason right now I'm not considering, because I think there's a lot of options later.
All right, yeah, take Black.
I'd wait, but he's a tough one because and so is Sabonis. I don't know what to do with him at.
I'm good.
Well, that's it. It's it's easy to just be like, okay, whatever, I'll pass, because his price isn't so ridiculously cheap.
What's his ADP right now? What's Sabonis's ADP?
Oops. Where's he at? 23. Because it's been storming up with the big stuff.
Thumbs down.
He was you could get him in the 30s at the beginning. He's up 3.5 in the last 3 days.
Why take Sabonis when you can get homeless Wembanyama at pick 77? Okay, yeah. Nez, this was actually a question that I had too, so I'm glad you asked it. Yeah, why Black ahead of Suggs?
I guess just because of availability, I guess.
You have him pretty close though, right? Suggs, you only have Suggs ranked a little bit behind Anthony Black.
I'm way high on Black, but I think that's an old ADP thing. But if you look at my projections, I'm for 72 games at 28.7. 236 for his ride. The ride won't matter because they're on the same team. Suggs, I have 65 games only, 29.9. So and it actually makes the ride number identical. So in my mind, they're actually identical players.
Yeah, and I should
probably have Black a little further back. And if you're looking at it from that perspective, you probably want the guy that's going to score higher, less often, especially at that point of the draft.
Where do you have Black ranked? What number?
107 or something.
Okay, yeah, he's going 119. Suggs is going 128 right now. Yeah. I was just gonna say, I feel like Suggs probably has the higher upside. But as I was thinking through that thought, I was like, maybe not, man. We just saw Black be the one that had the breakout year, and what if he continues to take the leap, and we know that the Suggs availability thing is always going to be there, but we've just seen Suggs break individual slates with 6 stock nights and then going 9 for 11 from 3 or something.
Which you could have said either name there. And
right.
They're kind of similar players in that regard.
Right. And I feel like the move in Underdog was always to draft the one that was lower owned.
Whichever's cheaper, yeah.
Yeah.
So we follow that rule, we should be taking more Suggs.
Yeah, this might be one where I would be pretty even, where if I start seeing that I'm at like 20% black, maybe we flip that and get some Suggs.
Yeah. One of the other players that I've been most that's kind of I didn't understand is why is AJ Mitchell at 140?
You think he should be higher, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't he like
Sixth
I
man
know.
of the year? He's Dylan Harper.
Well, like I get it. Like, is that just because Jalen Williams back? Is everyone like worried about? Like, they also like cleared out other guys.
Yeah. So who did they lost Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins, right?
Yeah.
And you get
Who
back.
like played less last year? Like,
yeah,
it
but still
wasn't,
played
like,
in the regular season though.
Yeah, but just like, I mean, they weren't necessarily challenging him for his minutes, but like maybe his minute upside, if like someone goes down, those guys can't fill in anymore.
Yeah, and like, listen, I mean, I'm assuming Jalen Williams is going to be healthy, but there were like that was a lot of hamstring injuries.
Yeah, and just like I don't like he's not even like who Jared McCain is that the other person like people are worried about?
No, Mitchell's so much better than Jared McCain.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I don't understand. So I was purposely not mentioning him because I was hoping he'd fall to this pick actually, but
Yeah,
not with Wesley.
no, Maddie's a fish, dude. Dude wins one tournament.
No, he's not a fish. He just stole my guy. Here we go. See, now we can start entertaining a wing here, but like
Yeah, these wings suck.
Gordon,
I mean,
PJ, Tobias.
I would take
Joan.
Aaron Gordon here or like reach for Behringer, but that's way too early for Behringer probably.
Yeah,
But that's
I
what I
might-
would do.
I would maybe go guard.
You got 1 second, so here you go, Gordon. Yeah, I just like if he ends up being healthy, that is kind of fun, and it's not like you are desperate for a wing because you have Giannis, Lowry, and CMB who should be scoring for you just about every week.
Yeah. How you feeling about B-ball Paul?
Yeah, I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it. I am, and I think the John Collins thing is interesting with him arriving. But I mean, even if B-ball Paul is playing backup minutes, man, that's sick. I'm fine with that late. And who knows what's going to happen with this Jalen Duren thing? And the longer it goes into the offseason, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming Duren's coming back. Yeah, I don't know. Are you getting there?
Oh, definitely. Like, look, he's third overall. I have him ranked 180 but because of the Sims. He's flying up.
Okay, this is a really good question here from Jeb. What does TST's fancy rankings doohickey say about Yang Hassan?
Unranked, I think.
I know, dude. You're not the only one, Jeb. Everybody saw the summer league game, and they were like, "Dude, fire up your Yang Hansen."
I think I'll bite on Keyshawn here.
I still like Keyshawn, man, because even if the team's competitive, like he's not going to do the same thing that he was doing last season. But if the team is competitive, he plays a lot. And if the team tanks, he plays a lot.
Yeah, and wasn't that one quote that Trey is going to play off the ball so that Keyshawn can handle it more?
Also, was that one of the more insane things that has been reported this offseason that no one else is talking about? One of the craziest reports. They're like, oh, yeah, they're excited and expected Trae Young to play a ton off the ball this year.
And then it's like, but at the end of the games, we'll put it in his hands.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. So you're saying your best option is that, but you're not going to use your best option all game.
And so for the first time in his career, he's going to play off ball. What? So dumb. Do we go back to the groomed this year at all, or is that a daily fantasy only? And that the groomed being Kyle Filipowski?
He's tough for me with them trying. Like, I know, like what he's playing a mix of backup 4, backup 5, whatever.
Yeah.
In that big rotation, I guess.
If Nurkic didn't go back, that'd be one thing. Did Kevin Love go back there too, or is he still unsigned?
Don't think that really matters.
Yeah, you're right. I just need like one less white guy to compete with there, you know?
But yeah, no, like I mean, at 152,
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad. But look who's number 2 right now.
Oh, Malawach. Dude, let's get Malawach on this team. Come on. We talked about him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Come on, Malawach. Let's
I don't
go.
think he's gonna make it to us. What was that draft I sent you? He went 159.
Man.
last
I
time.
thought that
Look-
was gonna
look
be
at this double momentum, man.
Wow. Paul Reed, Malawach. Look at all my favorite guys out there. Double momentum. Wow.
Look at this last 3 days, 23 spots at ADP.
All right, we got Rabona King in the house. Let's go.
But I did change my projection on him. I just put him up to 20 minutes.
Yeah. And that's probably too high, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. And it is. I don't know. 20 minutes. I can see it now.
Yeah, I don't think they want to be playing Oso Ighodaro that much.
Here's Jeb's answer for you. I didn't even bother giving him a projection, apparently.
Although, listen, with this new Blazers owner, he only cares about money. Maybe he's trying to get that the China money, and all of a sudden, Yang Hassan.
There it is, 159. Like I said,
Come on, who did that?
Gambling Gatsby.
Come on. Actually,
But-
Where's Yegor Demon going?
Hi.
Dude, Yegor was hooping for Brooklyn.
128.
I'm in on the Yegor.
Yeah, but I was gonna be, but then that they drafted who's it, Brown?
Yeah.
Give me a little less in on him.
I'm not gonna. I'll be honest, man. He did not look good. I mean, he had like one good quarter.
B-ball Paul at 162. Jeez.
Was that Nick?
Jeez.
I need Nick.
Guys.
I need Nick to go. I need Nick to go back to deleting underdog.
I don't even know who I'm gonna do for my third big here.
We'll release the Moose, bro. Moose. What about Santi Aldama?
I don't know how I feel about Santi. I'm not going big right here. So either
I kind of like Case and Wallace.
Case
You're
and
trying to get a
Wallace.
guard. I like Wallace.
Kicking.
I don't know how many minutes Scoot's gonna play, man.
You like Case on?
I do. I think I like some Case and Wallace.
Okay. That finishes our guards.
Weisberg saying Draymond is free money at 181.
I think
I
I'm
would like-
unranked.
Yeah, Weisberg. The only thing is, who was your last guy that was free money at 181 last season, Weisberg? And is he in handcuffs yet? Malik Beasley.
You play a game. Define money.
How good is that rookie from the Nuggets, Trevor? I actually don't know anything about the guy the Nuggets took. Who did they? Is it how does he spell it? Let's see, Denver. Oh, Trevon Brazil. I don't know. He's projected for less points than Dayron Holmes, though, and Zeke Naji and David Roddy. I didn't see any of that, Rabona. There you go.
Okay, if Santi gets back here, I might do it.
What are some other big options here?
Wendell Carter, Santi, Ayton, Missy,
What about
who they would not give up. He's a big part.
Mitchell Robinson?
Mitchell Robinson, not me. Don't trust the minutes. Luke Cornett, Robin.
What about Derek Lively? What's Lively's health status?
I think Dallas would like to know that question.
All right, we're going Santi season.
I think so. I'll take him here at 172. I'm not taking him on his ADP.
Man, RotoWire's given me so many different updates in the last 3 weeks that they're like, hey, this dude still isn't running. Like Jimmy Butler. Yeah.
That's like my workouts.
Lively not till. Yeah, I did that today too. I normally do run. I did not today. Lively post Christmas. We got Jay Winter in the chat saying Wendell Carter Jr. boring stats but still produce.
Okay, when you asked me that question earlier, it was Andrew Nemhard was one of them. AJ
Mhm.
Mitchell, and the third one was, what is going on with Vooch's ADP?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Does everyone think Vooch is going to play 35 minutes for Orlando?
Like, I have him ranked 150.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I'm not doing? Drafting Nikola Vucevic.
Like, do people think he's gonna put up the stats he did the first time he was on Orlando? Like,
Yeah. Listen, man. Boston went Luka Garza.
but and like, do people think they're not gonna play Wendell Carter over him? Like, do people think he's starting? Is that what it is?
And Goga. Like,
Yeah, he was injured a lot last year, right? Gogo?
yeah.
So people kind of forgot about him. Okay. I kind of want to, like, we got Giannis, Lowry, CMB is a little bit of an upside, but I think he's a solid pick. And then Aaron Gordon is like I kind of want to shoot for some upside here with this, wing pick.
Let's look at some wings here. So you see Najee. Oh yeah, you have it selected. Najee. Man, I would love to go to Jarris Walker, but I don't think we can. What about Gigi?
Gigi Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
Herb Jones?
Herb Jones was one that I was like, did that add to my queue or no? Okay, yeah, it did.
Champagne too.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Guy Santos with Jimmy Butler?
Yeah. Guy Santos is fine. Yeah. I just don't know what the Golden State roster is.
Maddie took the other one. I wanted to take Holland.
Oh, he went for Ron Holland? All right, here you go. Here you go.
Detroit basketball.
There we go.
That was going to be my upside one. I also like Isaiah Joe. Like, I don't need a guard here, but I don't mind taking stabs on him.
He went to Atlanta?
No, he went
to that was Aaron Wiggins that went to Atlanta. Sorry. Yeah, I don't.
Aaron Wiggins, they got too much there. But I would not be surprised if we start to see some of these OKC guys like pop when they get more opportunity when they go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like, they've just had so many guys on their bench just buried because they just have draft pick after draft pick.
Topic.
Yeah.
Roboto's asking, how do we feel about Rui?
I don't mind him.
Yeah,
he's already gone, but
I took him once or twice so far.
Like, they're a little bit in flux with the whole Kawhi trade and stuff, so it's hard to fully know. But he's really filling into Collins's role, so it's pretty set.
Wait, are we in the last round right now?
Yeah, last round.
Okay, I thought. Okay, Ugo's off the board.
He's a guard though.
Yeah, no, I know that.
He just went off. Yeah,
he just went. I've taken Ugo a couple times. I don't hate it.
There's no way you didn't draft him in your first draft at all.
I did. I tweeted it out right away.
I don't know. Marvin Bagley
on Denver. See the back. Oh yeah, no Jonas, right?
No Jonas. Went back to Lithuania. We do have Aaron Gordon though.
No. Let's take. I like your Guy Santos take.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's a good one.
All right.
Go with Guy.
So ended up in 8-5-3.
All right.
So guards: Jalen Brunson, Steph Castle, John Morant, Jeremiah Fears, Ayo, Anthony Black, Keyshawn George, Kaysen Wallace. Wings: Giannis, Lowry, CMB, Aaron Gordon, capped it off with Guy Santos, and our bigs: Bam, Khalil, and Santi Aldama.
Nice. Can you do the full draft board and let's see some of our friends in here? What did Weisberg was in the 101?
He's still finishing up.
Okay.
So Weisberg went Jokic, Durant, Denny, DeBensa. So just hammered the wings there. Then Peterson. So he's going rookies. Bain, Pritchard. He took Day'Ron Sharp. Took Coward, Freddie Vans, Andrew Nemhard, Portal, Behringer, Hachimura, Steinbeck. and
Okay.
Herb Jones to finish up.
I mean, I totally missed that in my first ranks run that like Santos was gonna. I mean, Santos. Dayron was gonna start at center. I like totally missed that.
Oh, the second Claxton was gone, my mind was already rolling.
Yeah, huge.
And then that around the same time, Duran might be gone too. I was like, oh my God, we could have Dayron Sharp and B-Ball Paul starting in the league at the same time.
It's how I got to the dog bowl, baby.
Yeah, I know. Big fifth that night.
Yeah.
Nez here started Tatum, Mitchell, Giddy, Kessler, Jackson, Jr., Triple J, the original, not the new one. Zealous, Bridges, the other Triple J to make sure that you're not confused. Quickly, Ty Jerome, Suggs, Dylan Brooks, who I think is maybe like a little underrated pick.
Yeah.
David Jones, Nate Ament from Milwaukee, Wendell Carter Jr. to finish up his big room, and then Champagne.
There we go. Nice. Good draft.
Check out the champ.
Yeah, check out the champ. Let's see the champs lineup.
So start off Maxi Towns. And when it came around, he went Duran, J-Dub.
I will say, man, J-Dub that late does feel kind of nice. Like if you are getting ceiling J-Dub, like he will outscore probably a bunch of those wings taken. Well, maybe not a bunch, but like Kawhi, Brandon Miller. Also, I'm pretty nervous about Jaylen Brown's production.
Yeah, that's one where his ADP, like, I gotta think Tatum's a little high too.
No, dude, I have Tatum ahead of SGA.
I don't know if I did it, but originally I had Jalen Johnson ahead of Jason Tatum.
You did originally do it, and I thought in the first thing that I saw of yours.
Okay, then I don't think I've changed it.
Chat. Let's go, Ricky.
Then he went Garland, Edgecombe, Jared Allen, RJ Barrett, Ace Bailey, Aaron Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins, sorry. Reed Shepard, AJ Mitchell, Bobby Portis could be interesting too. Shaden Sharp, Dennis Jenkins, I like, and Ron Holland. A little Detroit upside there at the end.
That's a ton of Detroit basketball. Love it. There you go. So you definitely did it at least once, according to Jeb. Jalen Johnson over Tatum. All right, dudes. Let's call there. TST, are you like in case anyone's seeing this and they were like, man, I would love some of that sweet TST magic. Is this something that could ever be available to people?
Possibly.
I should have asked you that privately before I said it publicly. I didn't know what your plan was for that. So sorry.
No, that's all. It's all good. It's I got a 3-year-old and a 3-week-old right now.
Oh my God. Congrats.
So fitting all this in has been complicated. So just, it breaking and stuff like makes me nervous of people getting mad. But, if a bunch of people were to reach out or to me or Mike, then it's definitely something I would say probably in the next week, it's probably going to be like in its almost final form until like the schedule comes out.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe wait.
I'm still tinkering.
Yeah, wait till the schedule comes out and you see it, stuff like that.
But I'll definitely consider reaching. No, I think it's always been in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
That I would, make it maybe, I don't know, maybe do some sort of season price or something on it.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with I think the schedule thing is going to be elite because I don't think anyone else is doing that outside of just being like, these schedules are good. These schedules.
I think schedules have always like affected people's ranks.
Yeah.
But I don't think people really did the Sims. I've been doing the Sim stuff, but I'm sure some of these big companies are going to put some out too. So that's
sure
also where I'm like, oh, I'm going to work like 2 more weeks of getting some sort of payment and putting it behind stuff. And then like a real one's going to come out and they're just going to be like, oh.
Hey, you are a real one. You are a real one, TST. Well, you having a 3-week-old, I was going to say, we'll make sure we get you back on here soon, but we'll get you back on here as schedule allows it.
I can fit it in.
Yeah.
But as long as it's during the day, as long as one's at daycare, the house is a little more calm. It's when they're both around. That's hectic.
That's right. All right. We'll call it there. I'm going to be back. I think I was going to say Sunday night. It might be Monday night. Just we'll do another one in the next few days where again, we'll get caught up on some off-season slop. We'll do another draft. We'll do all of that fun stuff. And then I started, we took a little break from Bagel with Locks here as the season wound down. Where that's going, we're going to have it be a little best ball focused here, and probably like once or twice a week, starting in about a week or so. So we'll fire that back up in a little bit too. But yeah, we'll stay on our like 2 to 3 times a week for a little while. I think the Badge Bros starts in an hour, so go watch the Badge Bros in a little bit. And I got to go figure out if our softball team's playing tomorrow in this haze. I just got an email actually while we were winding down, the guy being like, yeah, nothing we can do, man, buy a mask. And I'm like, I'm not playing softball with a mask on, bro. Oh, it's right now. Go watch it right now. Go watch Badge Bros right now. All right, for TST, for myself, we'll be back sometime soon. Thanks again for coming on, man.
Pleasure.